All right, so been away for a little while while I just work out how to do this. Now, I didn't want to cut any of the cables on the seat or in the car, especially not in the car. So after trying to get those resistors into the plugs by just pushing them in, it wasn't really happening. Couldn't get it to work. So I've ended up cutting the plugs off the chair, and then I've just basically connected these with some Wagos for the time being, just to test that it works. It won't be left like this.
I lied.
I'll solder these together and put proper heat shrink on them, but I haven't got a soldering iron, so I'm gonna have to go out and buy one. Same here. So this smaller one is the seatbelt tensioner. That's your seatbelt alarm to say that you haven't put your seatbelt on, so remember that one. Not sure what that one is. If anyone knows, please let me know. And that is your airbag. So what I've done here as well is I've just marked with 3 marker pen marks on one and one on the other, and that correlates to the cables I've had to cut from the bottom of the chair. So that's that one there, and that's that one there, and I've left tails on, so if I have to, I can put them back on again. Not ideal, but I needed to test that it works, and just to prove that it does work, I'll plug it in and show you. Sorry, it's all handheld. Seatbelt light on. Sorry, airbag light gone. There you go. So if I just press this button, there you go. So that all works as it is, but I'm not going to leave those Wagos on, or make something a bit more tidy.
Yes guys, welcome back to Yardspeed 13 channel. So hopefully by now I've already installed the seat. Got a little something else in the back of the car now to allow us to fit the harnesses, and I'll show that to you guys in a minute. But what I thought I'd do in this video is just to show you how to fit the harnesses into the car, specifically for an FN2. The only bit that really we need to kind of concern ourselves with is how we're going to mount it to the floor, or how we're going to mount it to the seatbelt mounts. So as I probably explained in my previous video, I'm planning to keep the seatbelt for daily use rather than having to get the harness on and off. We'll see how that goes. But for me to be able to facilitate that, I need to use these eye bolts. Now, these are the eye bolts that came with the Takata kit. As you can see, I think the thread on that is about 25 mil. It's an inch or something, I guess. I can't see what you guys can see, but let's just, what is that? Yeah, 20 odd mil. So that's the thread that comes with the Takata eye bolts, which is kind of standard really. Why is that a problem in the FN2? Well, unbeknown to myself, you actually need a much longer eye bolt. Basically what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be replacing the ones that came in the Takata kit with these longer ones. So you can see they're both 7/16 UNF. So they're a fine thread, and they're obviously, yeah, they're imperial size. Long story short, can't use the ones that came in the box. I've got to use these longer ones, and I will show you why in a minute. Okay guys, so typically your seatbelt is mounted to this rail within the car. If you're just going to take that out, then you can probably just use the smaller eye bolts. And you can see here, this is the bolt that I want to remove, so I can put my eye bolt in, and then that will thread through into here. What I didn't realise at the time is when you pull this out, you can see the bolt is actually spaced off the chassis of the car. So the bolt hole is obviously in the chassis there. Hopefully you guys can still see that. And you've got these spacers, and that's why I've had to get the larger, the longest 7/16 bolts, so because I can't just use the small one that I've got. I'll explain why I've got the harnesses with the snap-on ends. So you can typically buy 2 types of harness attachments. What would normally happen is this is bolted in your car somewhere and then attached like that. However, what I wanted to do is I wanted to mount my harnesses to a roll cage. For you to be able to do that, you have to be able to remove this latch at the end of here. On bolt-in harnesses, so I believe, the bolt-on section at the end is actually sewn in, and you can't remove this. You can't remove the bolting bit from the end. These are called saloon harnesses, or they're typically called saloon harnesses. That's what I found on the internet when I've been looking. Originally, I thought I could just use bolting because that would save me having to mess around with these, but that is not the case. You have to use the snap-on type. So yeah, 14 mil. If you ever do take these out, just bear in mind the spacers come out in bits. Well, there's like, just try the thread first. Yeah, that's fine. Does anyone know the torque setting for these?
Tight, yeah.
So you can see the bolt. At the back of the carpet. Pretty happy with that. There you go. Original seatbelt mount is retained, not obstructed. Just means it's a bit easier on non-track days. Okay guys, so we've just installed the anchor point for this bit. All of it will need to be adjusted at the end. So throw it in the car just for the lols. Yeah, it's all a bit handheld. Oh. Oh, safety. Don't know why I've just done that. I've actually got to take the seat out to do the other side. So, yeah.
One eternity later.
We've bolted in the fitting here for the right hand side of the harness. What we need to do is we need to install a eye bolt this side for the harness to fit to. So I've had to remove the liner underneath the car. Hopefully you can see what I'm on about. If I take this light with me, you obviously can't go drilling like a mad lad into your floor because you've got the tank here. So we're aiming for this section here. So I'm going to have to drill a hole. It says 12mm hole through here. And then you put a reinforcing plate here and to stick it on with like tiger seal. And obviously you bolt through the top then. So that's where we're aiming for, roughly somewhere here. Yeah, obviously you've got your fuel pipes here and your handbrake cables. It's not going to be easy. So at the moment I'm just removing all the carpet from the inside of the car so I can get to it. Before you do that, obviously with me sat in the seat, I've marked the furthest distance back that it could possibly go, which is this green dot here. I don't know if that's going to show up. So anywhere from there forwards is going to be acceptable. I'm going to aim somewhere here. But yeah, so that's what we're going to do next. So you see these two clips here, you can see them through the floor. So I think I want to go somewhere here. So yeah, there's that bracket I was talking about. There's a little clip that was poking through. And I want to be in the middle of that. About there, I think. That is very, very thin. Right then people, so drilled the hole, that's going to be my little plate that fits underneath the floor, and then that's going to go in there like that. So the way you attach that to the bottom of the car, allegedly, is just with adhesive, so I'm going to use some Tiger Seal. Seems like a real shame to use nearly a full can for this, but... Do not ask me about the fuel pipe. It's not something I want to talk about. Yeah, I've got to finish this video for the seat install actually, so seat's already in. The thing that's been delaying me was the eye bolt in here, which I've done now, so the eye bolt's under here, there-ish. As you can see, yeah, an eye bolt under there. So I'm just going to cut this now so we can get to it. And then, yeah, we can install the harness on that side. Perfect. It's not going anywhere. So you're supposed to put a little pin through here. I'll show you those. So there you go. So now you can't unclip that accidentally. Hopefully this is long enough. If it's not, I've done fucked up. I'm a bit worried about it, but we'll see how it goes. Right, time for the test fit. God, I've left not a lot of length on that. Fucking hell. No, but it fits though. This is pretty fucking sick. Yeah, boy. So apparently, you do lap belt first. Oh, yes. I need to do some adjustments on this. It's fine, I just wanted to make sure this was long enough because this side is quite far back in the car, but even though I'm fat as fuck, I still fit. If someone wants to go further, closer to the steering wheel, which I doubt they will because of my short legs, they're going to struggle, but looks like we are good. I need to adjust these slightly though. Bear with me a second. I'm just trying to make myself sit right at the back of the seat. Okay, that's pretty snug now. Sweat my balls off. Oh, what's up in there? Once these are adjusted, you don't really have to do it again, do you? So. Oh no, do I have to go? I need to pull some more through at the back. because I've got a bit too much on my shoulders. That it. Yeah, so I'm at the end of here. I don't know if you can see, I've reached the end of the strap there.
Right, this video's been dragging on for long enough. I wanted to show you guys something that I got for the harness and roll cage setup. So these are some little roll bar anti-slip kind of brackets, I guess you could call them. Essentially, when you go around track, obviously your roll bar can have a tendency to slip along the roll bar like this. Obviously here they sit quite nicely, and it gives you somewhere nice to kind of like roll them all up. So I'm also going to show you the correct way to fit a harness strap. I'll put a picture up of a harness strap that I saw not too long ago, and yeah, I mean, I guess if it's a show car it's fine, but yeah, I wouldn't run that on track if I were you. So fitting the harness, you have to make sure your buckle's already on. This is a 3-bar buckle, so you've got 1 bar in the middle, 2, and this 3rd bar here, number 3, and then it wraps under. You go back through, and what you want to do is make it as tight as possible. The instructions usually with the harness tell you how much extra length you have to leave. I think it's between 4 and 6 inches, or about, I don't know, 100 mil or something. So anyways, like I said, strap goes underneath, over the top, back through here. Hopefully you can see this. Not sure how well it's going to come across on the GoPro. Back through the buckle again. This is a bit tight because it's kind of like double. What you want to do is try and make this as tight as possible. I'm no expert on this, as you can tell, but yeah, essentially that's what you're doing, and then you go back around and through, back through here. Again, this is trickier still because you've got 3 layers of fabric going through that gap, but once you get a corner in, just get like 1 corner through, you can usually tease the rest through. Let's see if we can do that. Nice. So there we go. Obviously you need to take into account how much extra length you need to plug in at the front, obviously this end, which is going through the back of the chair here. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm just going to tighten this up now. Okay. You'll notice I use some cheeky little green zip ties just to match the harness because I'm a tart like that. Anyway, I'll make this a bit tighter because it's a bit slack at the moment. Let me. I'm better off doing it from the other side, so bear with me. Wait. So anyway, like I was saying, just roll it up and then stick a zip tie through it, tidy it all up, and that's it really. Okay guys, that concludes the end of the seat and harness install. I haven't really spoke too much about the cage, purely because I didn't install it, and I had a few issues with the installation, which I'm not really going to go into in this video. But yeah, that's where we are. Rear roll cages in, FIA harnesses, Takata 4 points, and Save Out GT3 bucket seat. So we're going to test these. Our next track day is at Donington, and that's on Wednesday. It's currently Sunday. And I also have something else to check. It's also going to be something. Thanks, mate. So we're going to test all this stuff at Donington on Wednesday. Coming up, we've got an open track day there on the national circuit. I'll be there with Guy and his DC5, so it should be a good day. The other thing we get to test on that day, of course, is my new Area Motorsport suspension setup, which includes 8 kilogram rear springs instead of the 4 kilogram springs I had before. So they've gone, and an absolute bucket load of changes to camber, toe, and shims in the rear as well. I can go into more details on that if people are interested. Let me know and I'll share what I know. Anyway, that's the end of the video, guys. Hope you've enjoyed it. Bit of a long one, it's taken a while to make. Yeah, haven't really had much motivation for the whole YouTube stuff recently. So yeah, that's it. See you soon.